Okay. I didn't know who was gonna show up. So, all right, is everybody in here? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Everybody good?
Can
Yeah,
you see
ready,
it?
but
You
I
can
just
see
Okay.
it?
I just
Here we go.
realized what's going on. Spirit, you used to write fanfictions, didn't you? I'm just realizing.
Used to. No.
Okay, still
no.
do. I didn't know if you stopped.
Nothing gives me more purpose than seeing Damo stick his cock in Sanford's ass. Oh God.
shut up.
Okay.
Okay. Zap, go. Okay, go.
All right. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Zapchon Adjudication. Pale moonlight hung over the dark, desolate Nevadan streets, giving an almost ethereal blue glow. It was November of 2020, and what little warmth remained in the day died once night fell. Raven, who walked beside Zapchon, was especially aware of this grievous change in temperature. She exhaled into her hands, warming them to little success as she saw her breath instantly turn into frigid vapor. That's you.
It's so fucking cold.
That's
She
fucking
spoke.
gay.
She spoke between shivers.
Maybe we should just cut the party sooner.
Zapchon, that's you.
Wait, what? I'm supposed to voice in this? Oh shit!
You goddamn right you are. Come on.
Go.
I think the bigger issue was that you didn't bring your jacket.
That's perfect. Yes, let's go. Raven glared at him.
Well, sorry, I forgot it because I was in a rush.
Oh
She
my
looked
God.
away from him, pouting.
You don't have to rub it in my face, you know.
Zapchon stared at her as they both continued their walk. A few feet later, they reached the first working street light on their block.
Here,
That's you, he said.
wear this.
By the time Raven processed his voice, she felt a wide cloth gently wrap around her. She looked to her shoulders, then to him when she recognized the blue fabric. That's you, Raven.
It's gonna be like this for the whole thing, isn't it?
This is
Yeah.
Like magic, Raven already felt warmer, but the guilt washed over her just as quick.
But what about you? All you've got on now is that white shirt.
I'm good.
Zapchon pocketed his hands, fighting every muscle in his body from shaking.
Wait. Oh shit. Don't worry.
Sound out the words. All right, there you go.
Of course
I didn't know where we were at.
What if you get sick? What if you get sick because of me?
It'd be worth it. You know, my jacket.
He rubbed at the nape of his neck.
I thought that said something else for a second.
Yeah.
Look, it's the least I can do for this big Zapchon appreciation group you set up. Very meta, I like it. I really appreciate you too, Raven. Thanks.
This time, Raven was the one staring. She looked to the ground, her face turning slightly pink.
Okay.
She smiled sheepishly.
Then
Raven tugged Zapchon's arm, pulling him close.
How
She
long
wrapped his jacket around them both.
how's this?
Now Zapchon's face was warming up.
It's a little hard to move like this, don't you think?
What is this? Then let's stay like this.
Raven pressed her head against his chest, looking up at him with a grin.
Did you write all of this, Spirit?
Oh yeah, I wrote all of it in like 4 hours.
How long does this go on for?
That's fucking gay.
It goes on, don't worry.
Thank you, Coda. It is pretty gay.
Oh, it's
Mhm.
not that bad. Okay.
Oh, it gets gayer, don't worry.
13 pages.
That's cringe, actually.
Well, we already threw
Oh, okay.
2 of them, so.
Alright.
Moving.
The two stood under the light, feeling a little warm and a lot dumber. Yet, they enjoyed every stupid second of it. From under their jacket, Zapchon traced his hands up Raven's face. Somehow, the feeling of his heat leaving his warm palms felt good against her cold ears. He stared down at her OC's beautiful golden eyes. As they
Oh, that's not the real Raven. Okay.
As they felt time slow down, by instinct they closed their eyes, and the distance between their lips. A chill ran up Raven's spine. She opened an eye and looked past him, before pulling away from his embrace.
Zap?
Zapchon nearly tripped from her sudden movement. He felt the cold. He felt the cold air mercilessly hit him at full force.
I low-key want Coda to voice my character just because that'd
No. No.
be funny. Yeah.
He asked, equally confused as annoyed. Raven pointed down the street towards the darkness.
Who's staring at us over there?
Me.
Zapchon followed her finger. The next streetlight, just around 20 meters away, flickered. For that brief moment, Zap could see the cloaked figure in a neutral stance.
Hey, buddy!
Zapchon
Oh.
called out. That's so perfect.
Everything all right?
Whoever it was remained motionless.
It's probably a crackhead or some shit.
Zapchon kept his eyes on the person as he wrapped a hand around Raven's shoulder.
Oh, let's just cross the street.
The next streetlight flickered dead. Like a jet engine starting up, Zapchon and Raven could hear the air pop from the stranger's direction. In 2 seconds and 2
Marcello.
feet forward, the stranger was right in front of them. Zapchon raised his hands, too shocked to start a shock in his fists.
What?
With one hand, the stranger grabbed Zapchon by his jawline, his arm blurring as he threw the Madness OC with the force of a bullet train.
He threw the Madness OC.
Zapchon flew at Mach speed, only stopping by crashing into another streetlight. The old rusted metal bent from the impact, groaning like a giant bell being hit by a hammer. Zapchon fell, limp. Raven didn't hesitate. She pulled a knife from her pocket, aiming straight for the attacker's liver. But the attacker didn't either. He grabbed her stabbing wrist with one hand and balled the other into a fist. His knuckles made full contact with her stomach, the blow so massive again that the air around her back shivered. Raven gasped. Almost all the oxygen escaped. Almost all the oxygen in her body escaped through her mouth before she was flung and crashed into the second-story window of a nearby building. The blast shook Zapchon back to consciousness. It only took him half a second to realize what happened.
Raven!
He only had enough time to pull himself out of the streetlight's twisted metal, gritting his teeth from the intense pain that immediately followed. The cloaked figure was right before him now. Zapchon charged up his left hand, grabbing at the attacker's head.
Fucker!
The attacker swatted it away like a fly. A dark purple aura emanated from his fist as he balled it again, before striking down Zapchon with a hook to his left cheek. Zapchon collapsed like a house of cards, cracking the concrete beneath him as his blue glasses nearly fell off his face. The cloaked figure sighed, his face still invisible. Pathetic. You haven't updated your OC after all this time, haven't
I
you?
feel like it's floppy fins.
Zapchon. I just realized, Zapchon.
Oh, you.
Zapchon coughs specks of blood.
Who the fuck are you?
You good?
You don't remember me from my voice? Maybe this'll help. The cloaked man stepped towards a nearby alleyway. He eyed a
He shot his cock up.
He eyed a piece of scrapbook the size of a chair. Every day when you're walking down the street, he picked up the blunt object, inspecting its quality as he murmured loud enough for Zapchon to hear. And everybody that you
Is it
meet.
fucking Arthur?
He turned around. Zapchon's eyes widened. Though the cloaked man removed his hood, Zapchon already recognized him by now. Arthur Reed's face. Or at least the right half of it. The left half had already been scalded off long ago by violent currents of electricity.
What the fuck?
His jawline was now, just as weathered as his scars. I can't read, what the fuck? His eyes past his round spectacles seemed almost as if dead. They had seen the abyss and were hungry for more. Has an original point of view.
Arthur?
Zapchon asked weakly. Glad you could recognize my mess of a face. Wonder whose fault that was, right? Arthur gripped his hardwood, his knuckles turning white. And I said, hey! Arthur swung at Zapchon's head. As Zapchon ducked, the wood hit the streetlight instead, completely obliterating itself into splinters. The already damaged streetlight pole snapped into two, toppling towards the ground. Zapchon rolled away before it could collapse on top of him. Arthur grabbed the falling streetlight with one hand, unfazed. What a wonderful kind of day! If you could learn to fight and play. Arthur threw aside the streetlight, loudly clanging it against the road's asphalt. and meet up to kill each other.
Arthur, what the hell are you doing here, you four-eyed piece of shit?
Zapchon wiped his mouth with the back of his hand.
It's been 3 years since our fight.
I know. I've been counting every single day. Every single day. Arthur balled up his fist again. Since you killed my sister.
Bitch had it coming, Arthur. You knew I had no choice, Arthur. DW was going to bomb every plane on the West Coast.
Silence! Arthur flung his arm out, a vein popping out of the side of his half-burned aardvark head. My sister's name will not be sullied passing your wretched lips. DW's machinations were far beyond your pitiful realm of understanding. She died, pitying you like a god staring down at an ant.
No, Arthur, we killed her because she was a psychopath, and you should have been dead too. Cunt.
Despite Arthur's blinding speed, Zapchon was able to jump away again in the nick of time as the aardvark punched at where he was. Arthur's fist instead hit the cement, demolishing it into dust and debris. Kill me? Arthur stood back up. Oh god. As Zapchon landed on his feet, Arthur dashed towards him. He grabbed Zapchon's neck, holding it into a vice grip. I'd love to see you try. This isn't even my final form. Not that you live to see it anyways. Arthur squeezed harder, eliciting wheezes and foam out of Zapchon's lips. Goodbye, Zapchon. When you see DW in hell, I'm sure she'll fuck your shit up too, before I join you both for eternity. Zapchon grabbed at Arthur's hand, trying to pry himself free. Not a single finger budged. Zapchon had already lost all the strength in his arms to fight back anymore. He could only wait as the last molecule of air would slip from his body, his neurons slowly fizzling out and dying, as his lungs would soon implode. Fuck. Was this cunt's face the last thing he's really going to see?
That's like
No.
exactly the kind of thing I would think, honestly.
No, Arthur whispered. This is too easy. You don't deserve this. He dropped Zapchon, who violently coughed back to life. As Zapchon rubbed his reddened throat, he looked up at Arthur's back. I am as patient as death. I can kill you after you suffered like I did. Until you've known my pain.
Oh.
No!
Zapchon's eyes widened again, even more terrified than before.
Don't you fucking dare!
Arthur mirthlessly smirked back at him. Stop me, then. With whatever cobbled up strength he had, Zapchon dashed at Arthur, lightning bursting from his hands. Arthur smacked his sloppy rush down with the back of his fist to his skull, nearly sending Zapchon into unconsciousness. As Zapchon fell, Arthur continued his leisurely trek towards Raven's body. Zapchon grabbed at one of Arthur's ankles, losing his grip almost instantly.
Raven.
Zapchon gasped. But Raven remained still as a statue, probably because Zapchon was too fucking quiet. Arthur was only 5 paces away now. 4, 3. A gunshot echoed through the air like a clap of thunder. Blood burst from Arthur's right arm. He fell to one knee as he screamed. Arthur glared towards the source of the shot. From a nearby rooftop, Narrow chambered another round to his sniper rifle.
Let's
Oh,
go.
shit. Narrowed. Wait, he's in the VC. You could voice his character.
Yes. Yes,
Narrowed. Are you
Narrowed.
unmute yourself?
Your character's in here.
What?
Narrowed.
Your
You're
character-
in this apparently. Voice
It's
yourself.
not raining.
Oh, I have to fucking open up the document now.
Oh my god.
You are just listening this beautiful story.
Yeah.
Bro, you're fucking gay.
It gets better. It gets better, I promise, because it gets gayer, okay?
Why does Coda sound like Irish suddenly?
It's some
You fucking gay.
Are you fucking gay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Narrowed go.
Sup, bitch?
Narrow nodded as he peered through his scope again.
You're about to have a real shitty day.
Reprehensible scum, Arthur hissed. A swarm of bullets of different calibers whizzed through the air, all smashing their mark into Arthur. Somehow, despite the literal dozens of rounds all hitting their mark, Arthur only stumbled forward, though roaring in agony. Hey, a voice came from right beside Zapchon. You good? Once Zapchon...
Gabriel?
Yes.
Oh, sure. Once
Yes, I wanna
Zapchon's
hear a
vision
French boy.
Yeah, I definitely do. Focus itself again. He saw the hand in front of him. Gabriel's hand. That's you, Zap.
Gabe?
Your girlfriend gave you a call and a scarf.
He helped Zapchon up to his feet, holding a cup of coffee in his other hand with a horrific French accent.
Sorry for keeping it close.
That's not really deep.
Zapchon looked back at Raven,
That's a
bloody and battered.
Hi 111.
Bloody and battered, but still alive. She waved her phone in the air back at him, its screen glowing brightly in the dark. Thanks, Zapchon hoarsely said.
Don't sweat it.
Gabriel took a sip of coffee before pointing his thumb towards Arthur.
So, who's big and ugly over there? He seems pissed.
Someone who's gonna die.
Yeah?
Gabriel took another sip.
That might be a bit tough.
Arthur straightened his back.
Fucking Straightening is carrying this shit right now.
It really is. Arthur straightened his back. His cloak and yellow sweater, both nothing more than tatters now, fell off his body. Dozens of holes peppered his tank-like figure, but all the wounds were quickly closing back up. The bullets inside them popped out harmlessly. Now only blood trickled down his chiseled traps and 8-pack. Fools. Arthur twisted and cracked his neck. This place will be your grave. Gabriel grinned.
Good thing we brought backup.
From the shadows, almost a dozen figures emerged. Zapchon recognized all of them. Zapchon recognized them all one by one. Amber, Shads, Floppy Fins, Awes, Saturix, Jollybag, Scorepack, Sentry, and Maker, all armed to the teeth. Somehow, seeing them all gave him a second wind. It
My
filled him
Battle
with
Royale squad.
it filled him with determination. Haha, Undertale reference. Get it, lol.
Gabe.
Zapchon charged his
I tried
hands.
to crack my knuckles. I get to kill him.
Work for me.
Gabriel shrugged. He tossed his empty cup away and pulled out a deagle.
Get them, boys.
Get you.
Another hellstorm of projectiles blasted towards Arthur. The entire block lit up. Arthur's upper body swung left and right, his muscle and blood flying everywhere. Nobody could hear his screams over the roaring waterfall of gunfire. Arthur tried blocking the shots by crossing his giant fire extinguisher-sized arms over his torso to no avail. Then the gunfire stopped, but just as it did, Arthur felt the hairs on his regenerating, ruined arm stand from the prickling static. He looked down, seeing Zapchon. Arthur tried grabbing for him, but his arms were too sluggish to keep up with Zapchon's shifting movements. Punch after punch, volts of bright electricity smashed into Arthur's figure, resetting the damage on his body.
I'm so
Coward! Blood traced down the sides of Arthur's lips. You've used your... Oh, wait, what? You've used your friends!
That's right, pussy.
Zapchon threw both his hands towards Arthur in a palm strike with all the force he could muster.
Get fucked.
The boom was like cannon fire as Arthur blasted backwards. He burst through one building, a polling booth for the 2020 U.S. election, ruining all the votes inside that Donald Trump needed to win Nevada. Then he crashed into a second building, but managed to stop before flying out that back wall too. Arthur groaned as he leaked blood everywhere. When his vision stopped being hazy, he looked around his surroundings. Arthur let out a gasp, like the generic one you'd hear in almost every anime, especially the action ones. Toy planes. Arthur had a flashback, which was also just like a generic one too, but the animators didn't really have the budget, so he got a shitty black and white Naruto flashback instead. You built it all wrong! Did you even read the directions? It didn't fly for 1 second, DW asked. It's not my fault if you made a plane that can't fly!
Oh, wait, is
Arthur-
that scene?
Arthur
Oh,
grit his
yes.
teeth. I told you not to touch it! DW fell from his punch. She flinched, but only for a moment before running off, crying to their mother. DW, Arthur whispered, I'm sorry. He slowly got up to his feet again, a massive pool of blood around where he stood. Through the hole made in the first building, he could see all the Madness OCs were charging at him again for the killing blow. Killer series. Nigga dick swipe. The dark purple glow earlier now consumed Arthur's entire being. Then all the aura manifested itself towards his groin, disintegrating his pants. Without the N-word pass. Arthur gyrated his hips to the left, a blinding red light escaping his crotch. The blast, almost the size of a nuclear explosion, incinerated everything in a 50-mile radius. Zapchon's ears were ringing as the dust and debris settled. He looked around, vaguely making out the bodies of all his friends. He couldn't even call a single one. Wait, he couldn't even call a single one of their names. It was like his body was glued completely to the sand. From the dust cloud in front of him, Arthur's giant shadow loomed, growing bigger and bigger with each booming step. The rest of the Madness OCs fumbled around to their feet, all of them in complete shock once Arthur stepped out of the cloud. Raven stared, slack-jawed.
What the fuck?
Arthur's entire naked body oozed the purple aura, but darkest of all was his crimson cock. Its size and girth put oak logs to shame, as its tip had 4 orifices gleaming with pure power. Since our last fight, nobody I have faced has ever lived to after seeing my final form. Behold! Arthur humped the air once, setting his dick into full erection. The phallus of retribution! Nobody said a word. Amber vomited in the background. Oh God! Amber whimpered.
Wait, Amber's here.
Amber's here! Amber's here! I'm sorry, Amber!
Oh God.
Amber whimpered.
I don't like how
I
accurate
was
that is.
blind.
Indeed, its majesty and awesome might is too much to bear for your feeble mortal eyes. Observe! Arthur raised both his hands down his shaft. It's crimson shade. This form is only possible through ungodly amounts of masturbation. I beat my meat every day 100 times, thinking about how you mercilessly killed my sister and using my tears as lubricant.
If it's powered through masturbation, we have Jackson on our side.
Now, because of my efforts, the skin on the phallus has completely disintegrated and now manifests every other corner of my body, endlessly regenerating, famished for reckoning. Again, nobody said a word, at least until Zapchon spoke.
Bro, that's like...
Zapchon wobbled, but managed to stand on his own 2 feet again.
It's kind of fucked, man.
Arthur stared at him. What?
Oh my god. I just read what I have to say. You were like jerking yourself off to be beating your sister. Like, holy shit, get some help. It's also like hella gay, but I feel like I'd be offending gay people if I called you that, so I'm just gonna not, even though I just
What the
did.
fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? Arthur asked. That's not gay. It's not gay at all. It's discipline.
Alright, sure, yeah, okay.
Zapchon raised his hands.
Not gay at all, bro, you said it.
Arthur looked around, only meeting awkward but very judgmental stares, all of which were trying their best not to get canceled on Twitter. He gritted his teeth, almost hard enough to crack them. Enough! A chilling gust of dark energy boomed from his figure, blasting them all slightly backwards with a powerful wind. I will not tolerate having my sexuality questioned during my revenge arc! My next attack will be with a hard R, blasting this entire damn city to smithereens. But first, I must charge it up for a very illogically long amount of time. That's you, Raven.
Oh God. Even with an inward pass, it'll be like another Hiroshima.
Raven looked towards Zapchon, reaching for his hand.
Zap. Is this it?
Zapchon looked around him, activating his own Naruto flashback. He saw Raven, remembering the time she first flashed him. No, not when she showed him her tits or anything, but when she literally threw a fucking flashbang into his face by accident and gave him temporary blindness for 48 hours.
Yeah, it was when I showed her my tits.
Oh, that's cool, bro.
During
Yeah.
that time, he was sure a homeless man had robbed him, pretending to be Raven. It would explain why he couldn't find his Big Mommy Milker's membership card in his wallet, but maybe it was meant to be. Their smoothie sucked anyways. Then he looked at Shad's, remembering how he still owed him $11 for that one time they went to a burger joint, and coincidentally, Shad's forgot his wallet. Sure he did. Cheap fuck.
Yeah,
Then
fuck you,
Awaz.
Shads.
Yeah, fuck you, Shads. Then Awaz, who had that freak masturbation accident that killed 3 people and wounded 4 in that cup ramen factory. It took them an entire day and a half to wipe all that semen out of the noodles before any of it could be collected. Wait,
The
what?
turbo
What you're
seed.
referencing? I know what you're referencing, and it makes me very happy that you're referencing it.
The fucking turbo seed.
Before any of it could be collected and used against him in the court of law. Police said the bodies were unrecognizable. And lastly, when he looked up towards the sky, for some godforsaken reason, he remembered Spirit at that moment, who was probably going to get canceled after writing this shit, so he made a mental note to unfollow him ahead of time on Twitter. Jesus Christ, what a shit show. But most of all, he remembered all the heartwarming messages his friends sent him on this, I mean at the bar party that Raven set up. Because this is a serious story that very seriously happened before. Anyways, determination, all that shit flowed in his veins, etc., etc. Strangely enough, though, another memory flowed through his mind, in a very vivid, nasally voice.
Oh
Ransom makes
no! Wait, Jackson!
Is Jackson here? Oh, he's not. God damn it.
No,
okay.
kick him.
Okay,
Wait,
real
wait.
quick. Wait, Floppy's in the VC. I want Floppy to voice Kelden. I thought he was left.
Wait.
I don't know if you hear.
Or wait, no. Always is pinging Jackson. Hang on. Alright, whichever.
I'm
Well-
not super able to talk right now.
Nobody
Oh,
can do it
okay.
better than
Never
Jack.
mind.
Nobody can
Wait,
do it
what
better.
about
Alright, we
Always? What about
Nobody
Always?
needs to.
We need Jackson. Fuck.
Oh, god damn it.
When we needed him most, he vanished.
He vanished. God fucking
Yeah,
damn it,
I'm
dude.
messaging him. Hold up. It says he's online. He was on here a bit ago.
This cannot continue without Jackson.
Yeah. The fucking
Jax?
Doom guy ass.
God fucking damn it. Come on, Jackson.
So, snack break?
The first time we really need you.
There he is!
There he is.
Yes,
Hi,
go
I
ahead.
just got back from walking
Jackson-
the dog. I'm sorry.
Jackson, you are required for a
Get
Kelzad
back to
voice in
being
this
mute.
fan fiction that Spirit wrote.
Yes. Which line?
I'll send it to you on Discord.
Just search just Control F. Matt has already, and then you'll find it.
Oh, okay.
It's the first instance.
Matt
of
has
it.
already lost the fucking respect I have for him anyways. Fucking little spineless fucking asshole. He has no idea what it fucking takes. None of them fucking do. We're here to help them. And as soon as I try to fucking help them, they fucking just ruin it.
What? Kelzad? But why? Why now of all the times would Zapchon think about that egotistical narcissist getting exposed on Twitter when... Wait,
Because he's
Zapchon looked at
rent-free
Arthur.
in my head.
Zapchon looked at Arthur. Narcissist. Exposed. Phallus. Psychomantis. Of course! Why didn't we think of it before? Babe. Oh wait, that's Zapchon.
Oh, babe.
Zapchon said, most likely very uncharacteristically and not true to reality at all.
Give me my super suit.
Raven blinked.
You mean your jacket?
Zapchon nodded, more focused on Arthur's cock than anything else in his entire life.
Yeah.
Raven gave Zapchon his jacket back, pumping his entire body. Zapchon supercharged himself one last time, making Raven let go as he accidentally stung her.
Ow!
She ruefully rubbed at her arm.
What? What are you doing?
The same thing that we did last time we got rid of Kelzad.
Zapchon turned his head towards her, giving a thumbs up.
I'm about to tase this nerd by the balls. I've got you by the balls.
Before she could process anything out of his batshit questionable idea, Zapchon burst right in front of Arthur in a flash of light blue lightning. Arthur anticipated every attack, every possible offensive that would give the little blue man standing in front of him even the slightest chance of delaying the inevitable. All except one. Zapchon, with every bit of fire that burned in his soul, wrapped both of his arms around Arthur's giant missile silo between his legs. His fingers locked together, ensuring no escape.
Missile silo. No homo!
Zapchon yelled at the speed of a very sweaty Uno player. Arthur laughed. Fool! Did you truly believe no homo will work with your entire body wrapped around my penis like a bootleg condom? You forsaken raven!
No!
No, Arthur. Because right now...
Zapchon looked up at him, smiling brightly as Volt sparked all about his figure.
I'm a bisexual.
Arthur anime gasped. No! I am a demigod! I transcended my mortal foreskin coil long ago! What hopes do you have of stopping me when you could barely do it in my first form?
That's because I was pitying you back there, like a god staring down at an ant.
A blinding light emanated from Zapchon's form. Arthur tried pulling back. His face morphed in terror as he could hear Zapchon wind his charge up. Raven waved towards the other.
Everyone get down, he's gonna blow.
As everyone ducked for cover, the light consumed everything in view, going louder and louder with each second. No! No! No!
Star.
When the light faded, the sound of dirt and pebbles still tumbled atop the earth. Zapchon stood, his friends coughing and brushing debris off themselves. He was glaring down at Arthur, who was laying on his chest on the sand with his lower half completely gone, reduced to ashes.
I just realized this was a South Park reference with the balls.
Zepshon
DW? Arthur coughed, no longer capable of seeing anything. DW, I failed you. Arthur heard Zapchon charge up one of his hands. He raised his head, literally blindly guessing where Zapchon was. Stop this, Zap! Zapchon grabbed the front of Arthur's face. He steeled himself.
You can't fucking stop me, bitch.
With one strike, he obliterated Arthur's head, leaving only a bloody torso behind. He sighed in relief, turning around to the other OCs.
You guys alright?
Right after the stunned silence, thunderous applause erupted from them all. Zapchon scratched the scratched the back of his bleeding head.
Congratulations, Shinji.
Congratulations, therapy. Free fucking therapy, man.
Thanks, guys. I couldn't have done it without you all.
This is
You
Kokari.
grabbed another man's dick with your entry body to save your girlfriend's life. That's
Kokari
a
nodded.
real nigga shit right there, my guy.
The least Coda sounding line ever. Kokari!
Zapchon yelled.
Are you trying to get us all killed? You don't have the N-word pass.
Here. It's okay. We won't blow up.
Kokari pointed at himself.
Because I don't care about being cancelled.
Oh!
Zapchon fell back onto the sand.
Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna go take a shower. I think this cunt didn't watch his dick for at least a week.
They all laughed as the sun rose up over the bloody ruined battlescape.
That was all.
Yay!
One big old
Yay!
ball.
Yay!